Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Marketing Podcast, your source for all things marketing. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Anita Alkhimovich on the line, and she's CEO over at Carteret. Anita, welcome to the show.
Hi, Adam. Thank you for having me.
So I'm excited to get into today's topic. So marketing for tech companies. A lot of tech companies listening, and they need help with their marketing. So we're going to get into that. But before we do, tell us a little bit more about your company, Carteret.
Well, Carteret is a full-cycle marketing agency. We work primarily with tech companies, and we produce everything for them. And we also do startups.
So, and that's one of the reasons why I brought you on, because I feel like specializing in the tech company market, you're going to be able to help people that are listening right now on what they need to get done. So let's start off with, so where do you want to start off with on how you help tech companies?
Probably I would start with a description of three main problems all the tech companies, not only here in the U.S., but also all over the globe have. So there are only three problems, really. The first one, there is no ongoing marketing process, which means there is no organized marketing strategy, no established content production, and no general understanding of why the company needs a marketing department at all. Because in many tech companies, it's very abnormal to have the dedicated department doing any kind of thing related to digital presence, and still that is a problem. The second biggest problem, especially here in the USA, the companies have, they have outdated everything, from logo and website to marketing approach. Everything just shouts, "Hi, we are from 2000," or what is it? "Hi, we are from 19." Yeah, so that's where we started. So that is a big problem. So what we do here, we are just helping them in discovering their new, better versions of their own brand. And we just try to tell their story. And finally, the third problem of the entire tech world is startups. And I'm fully legit to tell that startups is a problem because it might sound funny, but normally startups is just pure pain from the very beginning because often they're founded by incredibly brilliant technical engineers who are super smart, who know how to get things right and how to get things done. But they absolutely have no clue how to establish their brand and how to pitch to investors because they actually need some, money to start with, and what to include to their pitch deck. But what is worse, and I find it probably the most incredible thing which happens, they do not even know who is their audience. So the number one request I get from startups is we need market analysis and audience portrait. So that is exactly the moment I realized that I have to map their product or their service with the audience when it should work totally different and opposite ways.
Where do you find, I love that, and thank you for the overview. Where do you find are some of the lowest hanging fruits? So the things that some of the tech companies out here are like, oh my gosh, like they need to start here. And I know that's going to vary depending on the size of the company, how long they've been, and in business, all that kind of stuff. But I know like sometimes some common themes arise. What do you find are some of those like just that really easy low hanging fruit that they should 100% be focusing on now?
It always starts with the audience. It's no matter what process you're about to establish, no matter what you're about to do, you got to focus on the audience first and create a very, very detailed audience portrait. And when I say detailed, I mean you literally create a portrait of a person who is going to use your technology or who is going to use your consultancy if you work in B2B consulting IT company. You create the lifestyle of this person. You write down the character features of this person. And you are trying to get into the mind of this person. And that's exactly the moment when you understand what is the path what is the journey of this particular person towards your product or towards your service, how this person will get to your company, and how this person will buy from you. That is the very basic, the first thing which every company should do prior to starting any marketing strategy, or prior to starting any marketing campaign, or like even if they are trying to start and kickstart their sales. That is the very first thing to do.
Oh, that's fantastic. And so now let's say maybe I want to talk a little bit more about the online presence part, because I laughed when you said it, but it's just one of those things that, like, hello, I'm from the 2000s, or hello, even worse, I'm from the 90s. Tell me a little bit more about that, of where people are at and where they should be, because you're right. I like sometimes you go to a website and you're like, is this what is this site on? Like, am I going to get an AOL email address or what when I email them? Tell me more.
Oh, well, that is like my personal pain, and I call it like roller coaster.
I feel the pain. I feel the pain coming through the phone right now, that you're cringing like it hurts.
Exactly. Well, what I figured out, somewhere between 2002 and 2006, here in the U.S., there used to be some very influential design agency that literally liked using 3 colors for all IT companies. And if you look at the logos of the companies which were founded like somewhere early 2000s, like probably maybe 2006, 2005, they all look the same. Not only like they all have the same features, they all have the same elements, but they also have the same colors. And so you're trying to find this mastermind behind this like map who literally created the same logos for all the IT companies, especially like here in the East Coast. So that is like incredible how things work back then. And right now, of course, many companies, they go digital. I'm very happy that they understand that they need to change something, not only in their like perception of business and new business model, but also in their perception of their own brand. Because when people clearly come and see ugly website, they do not have the trust to the company, even though they know that this company has been for 10, for 20 years on the market, that they have delivered. We are human, we are visual animals. We like, seeing beautiful things, and we like see clear messaging throughout every single page we scroll. And that is probably like the biggest challenge is in creation this simplicity, but meanwhile, like with the nature of the company and like taking into consideration every single like highlight the company wants to put accent on. So that is probably the most challenging part, but that is most rewarding, because when you see a clearly maybe new logo, maybe same logo, but when you see a totally different website with very clear interface and with very clear messaging, your soul starts singing, because you understand that this is it. This is simple, so simple that literally the user will come to your homepage and this user will go to your contact page straightforwardly, and you will get this lead without losing him or her on the way, to your own success. So yeah, that is.
I love it. I love it, and I'm glad we got that out, because I feel like you were holding that in, like it needed to be said. I love, and you're right. I didn't think about it. They all look the same if you were founded in those areas or that time period.
Just take, like, if you want to do this research for fun, just like research the companies that were created. You will see that there is a list. You can even find any website that has a list of these companies, any directory, and you will see that literally all the logos are the same. They go from 1 to 100, and they're the same, and the same color.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So, Anita, I could talk to you about this all day long, but we're about out of time. That being said, if somebody's listening to this and they want more information on Cadorette, what's the best way for them to reach out?
Probably the best way would be visiting our website, which is cadorette.io, or writing directly to my email, which is anita@cadorette.io.
Fantastic. Well, Anita, it's been awesome having you on the show today. Appreciate you sharing your tips on what marketing, what tech companies need to be thinking about. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Marketing, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments on the video. Love to hear what you thought and what's going on in your world. And Anita, thanks again for coming on the show.